State 48 is from Phoenix, Arizona. We work primarily with youth ages 7 through 18. We are a family-run small club. My husband and I founded it about 2 years ago. Will be our third club season. We have Sporting Arizona as well as Saguaros, which will eventually be our girls' UPSL team this coming spring. We switched to Admiral because we were looking for something that would be a better fit for our club financially. With the designs, we needed a company that we could rely on to get our orders correct and get our orders in on a timely manner. Yeah, that was a huge part of our reason. My husband designed our logo for State 48 FC, and it has a lot of meaning a lot of value to him and to our club. And so he wanted to be able to have a sublimated personal design that would be different than any of the other clubs that we saw out on the pitches. I don't know if you can, I'm wearing one of them. So this is our full logo over here on this side, the shield with our State 48 across the top. We've got a sun and then a couple of cactuses, a saguaro cactus, a prickly pear cactus, and then our roots down at the bottom. And so for us, we really wanted to be that local Arizona club that provided opportunities to our kids that are here in Phoenix and in Arizona. And so we have our roots as that foundation of where we come from, the saguaro cactus, which goes back to our UPSL team name, standing tall, standing strong and brave in that Arizona desert, resiliency, and then the sun. So right, our Spanish background, the sol, with the soccer ball there in the middle. So we have the sun that goes across the front of the uniform, and then on the back, the rest of our shield with the saguaro cactus and the roots is sublimated into the back of the uniform. So it's completely personal. It's something that no other club is going to have, and it really, we even actually took State 48 across the front of it off of our kits because we feel that our logo stands out enough to tell others who we are. Yeah, we have everything on our store kit on our club store that we've created with the Admiral C3D. It's really easy to use. I was able to create different designs on our black kits, on our white kits, on our copper kits. Inside the hoodies, that's one of my favorite things, is inside the hood of the hoodie, you can actually we put our logo in there, our shield. You can put the numbers on the back of the jerseys, and there's multiple fonts and designs that you can use for the numbers. We don't use player names, but that's an option too. Really easy to be able to do. There's just it's kind of limitless the way that you can put different, or our UPSL, we have the logos on the sleeves as well as on the front for different things like our US flag and the state of Arizona flag. So we've created headbands for our kids, the backpacks. For our coaches, they can have their training shorts, training pants, polos with their initials on them, which is really special for them. And so I love that aspect of being able to just kind of play around, and there's so many different designs for our women too, or the girls. That was one of the things that I loved, is that the design and the cut of the uniform is specific for our girls, and that we actually have a couple of teams that were coming over because they didn't like the fit of their uniforms at their old clubs. And when they saw that we had women's fit, they're like, oh, that's a huge bonus for us. Yeah, so the quality, first of all, it's very light, it's airy. My 6-year-old has one that he's been wearing for his practices and trainings, and he has not complained about feeling hot or sticky or you can't move in it, which is wonderful. We really wanted our entire jersey to be sublimated. And the vendors that we worked with in the past had tried sublimating our shield and our logo. And because there's a lot of small lines and details, they didn't have good quality ink and they didn't have good quality material, and it was bleeding. And so we had to go with iron-on patches, which added an extra step to creating the uniform and added extra money. And so with Admiral, because you guys use great quality inks and material, you could sublimate our finely detailed logo onto our uniform without it bleeding, without it looking bad. Everything is crisp. So I really love that part of the quality. The pricing for us is awesome. It's much lower than the vendors that we've used in the past, with what we feel is higher quality, which allows us to actually offer more opportunities to our families and our players. We've added in a third additional kit that we didn't have before because things are more affordable, so they can order more. That also allows us to raise money and fundraise with being able to keep our prices the same as what they were for our families, but then because the uniforms cost less, we can use that excess money and we can use it for like scholarships for our players, equipment for our teams. And so that's great, being able to have that revenue that we can generate through the online store. When we placed our first order of samples, they came exactly to the date a month after we ordered the samples, which is fantastic, because with our old vendor, it would take 6 weeks if we were lucky on the short end, to 2 months sometimes to get uniforms in. And so it's been great so far with the service. We have Igor, who manages our club, and I can reach out to him anytime, and he helps me with questions that I have, getting our orders placed with our online store, making any changes that we have, just being able to meet and talk with Paul. And I mean, how many times do you get to talk to the owner, the founder of a company, especially, if you're working with Puma or Adidas or Nike? I'm never going to get the quality service that I get with them as I do with Admiral. Yeah, it's super easy. You can just go in, log in, and that's actually one of the big reasons why we chose to go with Admiral, because previously I was collecting all of the orders from our families, and then I would get all of the orders from the vendor, and I would have to go to multiple fields multiple times a week and hand out. We've got 300 players, so 300 player packs and training gears and uniforms. And so now I love that our families can log in. They have their own account. They can see the tabs across the top of the player store where it just says, mandatory for boys, mandatory for girls. Here's your training gear. Here are your extra accessories. And they can choose what they want to have as well as what they have to have. And then it gets shipped directly to their homes. So on the administrative side, that's a huge burden off my shoulders. And then they are fully able to access their account and see when their order's coming. And then they also have that customer service on their side as the players and as the families, where they can reach out to Admiral and say, hey, what's the status of my order? Or I need to do something different, or I messed up, or whatever. So that's wonderful. I also feel that Admiral is a tried and true standard. You guys have been around for a while. I had a coach ask me, can you tell us a little bit about the sponsor, who they are? And I was able to find the about you guys on your website and send that to them, and they were really impressed. I think that there are some people who've also told us, oh, Admiral, you guys are being sponsored by Admiral now. I used to wear Admiral jerseys a long time ago. So you guys have been around for a long time, which just shows that you have good quality. You can last in the market. You don't fade away. And I think that the quality of service we get, and the quality of our kits and our uniforms for a very reasonable cost, and then just being able to have that ability to completely design a special kit for our players makes Admiral the company that I would want to share with other people. The design aspect of it is what has gotten them. They're hooked. They're like, that's awesome. No one's ever going to have a kit like that. We love that we're gonna stand out on the field and our players are gonna look really good. One of the things that I also love about Admiral is this kind of goes back to the designing aspect of it, is the unlimited amount of colors that you guys are available to us. One of our colors is copper, and so it's really hard to get a good copper color when you just are limited to like the Texas orange, or you have like 10 color swatches that you can choose, and it's either really bright orange or true gold. But when I was designing our kits, there were so many different copper colors. It took me forever to actually choose the one that I loved, because there were so many options. I think just having like the human interaction, right? Being able to talk to you, being able to talk with Igor, we feel really special. We feel like we are, your only priority, because every time we reach out, you've said, here, let me help you right away. What can we do for you? You've helped me with the designing process whenever I was stuck on something. So I really think just that the quality service that we have is huge.